I didn't mean for him to see me cry. I thought I was alone. I always am. But that night, something broke louder than I expected, and when I looked up, he was standing there, watching, still. He didn't say anything, not then, not for a while, but something shifted. In the way he looked at me, in the way I couldn't look away. I wish I could tell you it ended there, that I wiped my face and everything went back to normal. But it didn't. Because once someone sees you that broken, something between you cracks open. And once it opens, it doesn't always close. Eric wasn't cruel. He didn't scream or slam doors. He didn't drink, didn't cheat. At least not in the ways anyone could point to. He was just absent, present in body, gone in everything else. He came home from work, barely nodded in my direction, and vanished into his office without asking how I was. He hadn't asked if I was okay in over a year, maybe more. After a while, I stopped expecting him to. I stopped asking myself that question too. The days blended. The silence grew thicker, and I learned how to disappear without ever leaving the room. I moved through our house like I was made of glass. Quiet, useful, forgettable. The dinner was warm, the laundry folded, the bed made, but I wasn't there. Not really. I smiled when I had to, laughed at the right moments, but the moment I was alone, everything stopped. The stillness didn't feel like peace. It felt like being erased. And no one noticed. Except Caleb. He didn't say much. He never really had to. He watched. He noticed. If my hands trembled at the sink, he'd quietly take the dish from me and finish the job. If I forgot to eat, there would be a plate sitting by my chair when I came back. He never asked why, never pushed. He just stayed close, like something in him could see what I wouldn't admit out loud. At first I thought it was kindness, a son being caring, sensitive. But somewhere along the way, I started looking for his footsteps. I started waiting for the moments when he'd pass by. And when he didn't, the silence felt worse. He was the only one who still saw me, and I didn't realize how much I needed that. Until everything changed. I kept replaying the hug in my mind like a moment caught between two worlds. One I understood, and one I didn't want to name. It was just a hug. That's what I told myself over and over. But something in me cracked open that night. Something quiet. Something buried. It wasn't the way he touched me. It was the way I felt when he did. Like I'd been holding my breath for years, and someone finally reminded me what air felt like. He didn't say anything when he held me. He just wrapped his arms around me from behind, firm and still. Like he knew I needed something stronger than words. My body leaned into his before I even realized it. I didn't pull away. I didn't freeze. I just let myself stay there, caught in the warmth of someone who saw me. Really saw me. And then came the guilt, sharp and immediate. I told myself it was nothing, that I was tired, that I had just needed a moment of comfort, and found it in the only place it was offered. But it didn't feel simple. It didn't feel like something I could file away and forget. I remembered how he used to cling to me when he was scared, when thunder shook the windows, or when the lights went out and he couldn't sleep. Back then, I was the one who made him feel safe. Now, somehow, I was the one who didn't want to be left alone. That's when I realized something had changed. Not just in him, in me. And once you feel something that deep, no matter how fleeting, you can't unfeel it. It happened again. Another evening. Another quiet moment I didn't see coming. I was sitting alone in the living room, the lights off, the TV silent. I wasn't watching anything. I just didn't want to feel the weight of the kitchen or the bedroom or any of the rooms that reminded me of what wasn't there. The house was still. I thought I was alone. Then I heard him. Caleb walked in, slowly, like he already knew I wouldn't say anything. He didn't ask if I was okay. He didn't offer a joke or try to distract me. He just sat beside me on the couch and placed his hand gently over mine. And I didn't pull away. I let my fingers stay curled around his, still and quiet, like they had a reason to be there. We didn't speak. The silence between us said everything. I could feel his breath close to mine, not quite touching.